Well, there's the old Prado there, getting ready for sale. The new trimmer. Done quite a few mods on it. You can see the snorkel and bits and pieces already, but one of the things we've been working with a mate, Dave and I have been working on a new design for the start-stop button, which is something that annoys a lot of people. If you follow to the end of this video, I'll show you a bit of how it's done. I'll provide some links down below. The solution's pretty cheap. You can probably just buy the parts online. I think the total parts is about under 20 bucks. You want to be a little bit technical, I suppose, but pretty straightforward, very easy to install, much easier to install than a lot of the other, once you've made the little unit up, much easier to install than the other things on the market. So just watch on and see how we do it. So a modification I've just done to the trimmer recently with a good friend of mine, Dave Rowe. The two of us have worked on this. He's also got a trimmer on order, but we thought we'd play around with mine, is the stop-start button. We found a better way of doing it, basically. We found this little controller board that you can just buy on AliExpress. I think it's like $3.40 to buy it. And what it does is it's a timer. It's a programmable timer. And you can set two timers. One is once it gets 12 volts, how many seconds does it wait? And the second timer is after it's waited, how long does it do like a push button? So what we've done is we've wired that up onto a 12 volt circuit from the trimmer under the using the 12 volt cigarette socket that's in the little side in the the center console. We've used the 12 volt source from there, which is ignition based. So when you start the car, basically it will pick up the power from there. Timer starts, goes for, we've just programmed it at 5 seconds. It's quite an easy little thing to program. And then once it's done the 5 seconds, it does a 300 millisecond grounding across the switch that is the actual stop start button. So what it's actually doing is it's replicating everything a human would do. So you would start the car, you'd wait a few seconds, 5 seconds in our case, and then you'd push the button. That's all it's doing. So and in terms of fusing and protection and stuff like that, it's all very low current. The power at the back of the cigarette socket, that's obviously fused, and all the rest of it, that's actually the power source for it. So all it's doing is a quick 300 millisecond sort of ground across that pin on that button. So it's a bit of a trick to do this. We had to make a couple of piggyback plugs, and I'll put the links up here for where you can get those plugs online. But this button here, the big switch, actually has a 12 pin plug on the back of it, and only one of those pins has got to be grounded, but you need to piggyback the whole plug. So we managed to find on AliExpress where you could actually buy those whole plugs. So we repinned and remade our own plug so that you can plug into the back of it and it just plugs in where it used to go, basically. And then we took the one pinned off that we needed to do the grounding. So it's pretty straightforward, but this is the result. It's pretty cool when I start the car. So just about to start the car, nothing on the dash there, no wires hanging out, nothing extra, no goodies needed, anything. It's all good. I start the car like so, and you'll notice about 5 seconds later, the little icon right now, it's not on, but you watch a few seconds, bang, it's done. So it's done that for me. I've had to push no buttons or anything, and away we go. So that's pretty cool. Don't need to run a line to the dash or anything like that. The power source, like I say, this whole thing is the 20 pin plug in behind it. If you pop all that out, you've actually got to just pull this all just pops out quite nicely, and you got to pop this out. This takes a bit of pressure. I found getting this piece here out, the easiest way to pop that out was once you've got the outer one out, you can actually just go underneath and pop it up. That was all pretty easy. And then there's about 3 bolts in there where you want to be able to remove this whole thing. I'll put a picture over that. And then you've got full access to these plugs. And the cigarette lighter power that we're using for the little unit is actually the one that's in the bottom of the it's in the bottom of there under that. So you come in underneath and you pull the plug off, and so there's 2 piggybacks. There's a piggyback there to get the power, and there's a piggyback under this one, a 20 pin one, of which one pin we're shorting to basically make it think that it's pushing that button. It hasn't disabled anything either. If I push this button now, I'll just put this on the screen, you'll see that I get full functionality back. So all I've really done is defaulted my car to having auto stop start off. That's all I've really done. So that's quite a good solution. The plugs are, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks. The electronic unit in there, little timing unit, is all tucked in there, wrapped with a foam around it. It's all sealed and everything underneath. That's like $3. So it's a good little solution. I'll post the pinouts here that you need behind this plug, and indicate which one you need to ground the stop start switch off as well. So it works really well. Very happy. Good outcome. So basically what you're doing to build a stop start switch this way is you're using existing power from a cigarette lighter and using an existing plug behind that kind of four-wheel drive switch in the Tremor. But to use those switches, you need to kind of tap into them. So what this solution's about is really about building a little piggyback switch for each of those two sides of, I guess, a small harness. We've provided the plugs, the contacts, the prices, all that stuff in the video you've seen already. We're not really interested in making them up for people as such. We've made it works, it's cheap. If you're a bit of a do-it-yourselfer, a little bit of common sense, I think you'll find all the information is actually in this video for you to be able to build that yourself. We've provided the pinouts there, how it works, how to pop the inside the car off and get some good access to it. So happy to answer a few basic questions, but we don't really want to get too inundated with stuff. We've got a few more things we need to work on. Look, if you want to say thanks in any way, just subscribe. Tick Before Kick on YouTube. We're going to put some other mods and stuff up that we're going to do to these cars as well. So yeah, just trying to push the boundaries a bit and do some things differently and cheaply. Look, you can go and buy a start-stop harness set up for, I don't know what it is, $150 or something. There's a few of them around, I think. You've still got to pop that stuff off. You've still got to plug it in. All we're saying is if you make it this way, you make your own piggyback switch, I suppose, and you don't have to run it all back to the fuses and through the dash and stuff. You can just take the power sources from the cigarette lighter, which is fused, by the way. And it works really well. So I've tested this with remote starting and all. It works well. So yeah, it's good. So yeah, hey, subscribe to us at Tick Before Kick and help us out. Thanks a lot. Good luck with it.